The whole project is about just experimenting a little bit more with different mediums when it comes to music improvisation. Is also what I will be doing. I will improvise on the piano and also electronic music, which I have a little synthesizer with me. And also the visual part is from my colleague Samuel, who is going to interface this and put this all together with a visual representation of the improvisation that I will do through visual coding.
Our project Skin is about looking for intersections. It's about crossing bridges, crossing boundary. It's about merging disciplines. In this case, we're having piano performance, but also improvisation. So how does a classical pianist like Natyra and myself approach improvisation? So that's one bridge. And then also we have the added dimension of visuals. How do we bridge music and visuals?
Well, the initial idea was to do something that we haven't done before and to go beyond the ways we perform normally. My whole repertoire is classical music, and this is actually the first time that I will be playing without any notes. So that's, for us, was the goal, to achieve something that was beyond our abilities, what we normally do in performance.
I'm sure many pianists can agree that as the pandemic hit, it was quite difficult to get into the practice routine of every day, waking up, being energetic, going to the practice room for 6 hours alone. That was simply not possible in this time. And for me, I needed some kind of outlet for my creative energies. And I turned to my computer. And I have been actually interested in coding, creative coding, for quite some time. And only during this pandemic that I came to realize quite a lot of ideas and actually had some opportunities to do them before this. And I brought some of these ideas with me for debut to build them bigger.
Well, the visuals and the music, they have points where they meet each other, but also points they divert from one another. The idea was to go in different directions with it, in the sense that we are just interpreting this kind of performance. Because it's an improvisation, it's quite a lot of flowing with the music, and the idea behind it was that for the public it would be a different experience when it came to music improvisation, because it doesn't meet any expectations, in the sense that you don't know what's coming, and it's always a new surprise, not just the music but also the visuals.
For the visuals, because it's such a synthetic medium, it's such an electronic medium, I wanted to have something soft, something natural to it, and I tried to take inspiration from nature, as most artists do. And for one of the scenes, for example, it's just flashing points, and it's trying to mimic the behavior of fireflies. You know, how come so many fireflies, a gigantic group of fireflies, they're flashing on their own, but just by perceiving their neighbors, they suddenly become in sync after a while. So this beauty about independence and also codependence was something I tried to emulate in one of the scenes.
The thing about improvisation is that this what we're going to play, it's going to be one time. we will never be able to reproduce the same performance. So every time it's going to be different, and different means different. It develops with time.
We should, as classical musicians, really try to step out of our comfort zone and be curious and try new things and see what that leads to. In my case, it led to this cooperation with Natyra. So I don't know what it will lead to for them. And the only way to do it, to find out, is to do it.